Hey! Hello! Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Snark Tank podcast. We're recording it a little differently this time. For
a very specific reason.
Due to my computer shitting itself memory-wise. Again.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, let's give you some behind the scenes, because why not? We usually, obviously it's a simple operation here. We record our audio locally, and then we have one of us record the screen to our Discord call. That's literally it. It's very simple. We try to, the audio is the primary thing. That's the thing that needs to be the highest quality. Video is like secondary, in my opinion anyway. Right. And, so Sweeney's been doing it for a while now at this point. But his solid state drive continues to crash, and we keep losing the episodes like halfway through.
It's not even like it crashes in like 10 minutes in. It crashes like an hour and a half in, and it's like, are you serious?
Yeah. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk about stuff that we kind of already talked about today.
So it might have less spice, but it might be a new direction. Maybe one direction new.
So we'll see. But all right, let's start it off the same way we did it before.
Okay.
Elon bought Twitter. He bought Twitter.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. He bought Twitter for $44 billion.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
I don't think that
it's
was
worth
a particular.
That much.
I
personally think it's worth probably that and more, but I would never pay that much for it.
Right, but what's your why would you estimate that it's worth $44 billion?
Because of how much misinformation can be spread on Twitter and what it can do to the world.
So as a weapon almost.
As a tool, as a tool, it is worth more than that.
It's like that $1 trillion aircraft carrier.
I mean, no. I feel like the Twitter's worth more than an aircraft carrier too.
You're crazy.
It is.
No, I think it makes sense that I understand the sentiment where it is a very. If it was actually valued way less, because I agree, I wouldn't. If I had,
I would never pay that much for it.
Exactly,
but it's worth that.
I understand it being so much higher only because, it literally. Putin, if he was on Twitter, and if Putin was talking and Trump was still president, if they were talking shit to each other, it literally could lead to nuclear
global war. No, it can't. Dude, look. Now look. Don't follow my lead right now, right? Don't do it. Think of how easily you could organize radicalized groups on Twitter. Think of how much information you can put on Twitter. The news platforms you can put information on Twitter that could just be wrong, like lies straight up. People don't watch the news. People get their information from Twitter. People don't read articles. They just read the beginning of oh, dog does backflip into the sun. People are not going to read the article. They're going to be like, oh, what? The news said that happened. So it's great. Dude, I recently was with people. And I clicked a Twitter article and I was reading it. And someone said, you're reading a Twitter article? And I was like, huh? You don't?
Yeah. Why would you read a Twitter article?
I would hope that
that's raw power, bro. Raw.
There's an incentive to read articles on Twitter now because before you quote tweet it, it asks you, "Hey, you have not read this. Are you sure?"
It recently started doing that.
This article?
I think it recently started doing that.
It's for a year or something now.
They started doing that in the last year, and I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, "That's funny." No, I didn't.
No, I didn't, and I'm not going to.
Why would I?
Why would you not?
Why would I read information when it's not funny?
Oh God!
Look, it's not funny. It's not funny if I read information.
That's crazy.
Look, the only type of articles that I'm even quote tweeting at first, they're like, I know they're correct because it's not some wacky conspiracy. It's like someone died or something stupid happened where it's like, I don't need to read it because the headline literally actually explains it. It's not like, say, the miracle cancer thing cured and, it's not like, I'm not even sure.
Man shoots out one large cum, and you just tweet it. You don't even read it. You don't read the context why he has one mega cum.
if you came one large cum, would
the baby be a large baby?
No. Well, maybe.
Would it be one large baby for my
That
large
was fucking
cum?
Roger Klotz ass laugh.
It totally was.
That's exactly
it's like
right.
Roger and what's that? It's like Krusty the Clown and Roger.
Yeah. That's so gross.
I love the idea of one big cum. One large big cum.
It is good, but would you have to disclose that before?
Yes. You can't
So
shoot
they
a
don't
large
freak out?
because she'll feel it, and that's like terrifying. I assume.
How large is large though? How large is large?
Like
what are we
large,
talking here?
like this big, like
Like
big
that
for
big?
the head part.
Yeah, I would
This little
say-
tail.
I would say generally the size of a snowball.
It's like the size of a frog, but it looks like a tadpole, but white.
Yeah. That's
And that
I
shit
would've-
hurts you, bro. Like you're
I
like,
feel-
I'm gonna come. You're like, ah.
I'm pretty sure that would rip your urethra.
No,
because it's elastic. It's not like a solid.
Oh, so it's kind of like a.
It's still the
Yeah.
consistency.
Eases out.
Make no mistake. It is still the consistency of cum. It's just one big one.
It's
You know,
So you still create semen,
it's like a
but the
flubber
sperm,
situation.
but the sperm is
but
big.
literally-
It's one big sperm in
Did
it.
you guys ever see flubber?
Yes.
It's like that.
so it's like coming
It's
flubber.
like that.
Okay.
It's like imagine somebody put a bunch of syrup on a tadpole and then shot it out your shot it out your dick. That's pretty much what it is.
You would have to disclose that. I feel like that would
You
be
would
like very jarring.
You would scar the fuck out of someone if you were
I'm
shooting that
pretty
shit out.
sure if that was the norm, fellatio would not be a thing anymore.
Oh yeah,
It
no.
just- that would stop.
It's like they're swallowing an onion. Jesus Christ.
No, and then you see like wiggling like the little tail.
You ever see like a snake eating a mouse?
It's like Slither. Have you guys ever seen James Gunn Slither?
I have seen James
I
Gunn
didn't see
Slither.
James Gunn Slither before he became Suicide Squad. No, not is it Suicide Squad? Did he make Suicide Squad?
He did
He
the
did
second,
the second one.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy made a movie called James Gunn Slither. And it's about these little aliens that slither. But imagine it's your cum and your cum slithers. Like
It's
you
about-
come in a toilet. Like when you come in a toilet, you can't hide it because people hear it. Boom, like in the toilet. And then it's wiggling around. They're like, what the fuck's going on? And you're like, yo, I beat off and there's my large cum. And it looks like a bigger than a goldfish swimming around in
if
there.
you couldn't hide it, I think it would be more socially acceptable to beat off. Kind of like back in the day when they had those public toilets where there were just holes. And I'm talking about like, say, I don't remember if they're the Romans or the Greeks, but you know, the whole homoerotic era. And they just had like toilets that people would just sit around and converse with each other. No walls, no nothing. Everybody smelling each other's shits.
I don't want that.
I don't know if I
I don't want that
believe
either.
that's real. Because I
It
saw
is.
because I saw and the reason why it could be whatever. I don't know much. But like I remember seeing a documentary about it. It's like there's a lot of discussion about like whether or not that was actually how that was, or whether or not the walls between them actually just eroded because they were made of like a different material. Because it is insane to imagine that you would shit. I feel like even just on a primal level, like even dogs don't, like they're kind of embarrassed shitting in front of you. Like you have to condition them out of that.
What was the idea? Because of like you're shitting and you're vulnerable. But if you're like, we're humans, we're smart enough to like not be like, oh my God, I'm so scared. You know, like obviously you're just weaker when you're shitting. So that's why you hide.
You're profoundly weaker when you're shitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Animals will usually look out for me while I'm in this vulnerable position. But like humans, yeah, we're all kind of. It's one of those things why I never even questioned whether if it was real or not is because, I mean, they used to do everything naked. They used to do everything naked.
Yeah, I didn't question it until I saw that video where it's like
They used to wrestle naked straight up and grab his dicks.
Well, they still do that. But
Greco-Roman
is,
wrestling is still naked.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I remember seeing this one thing where it's like there's certain divots in the walls that would suggest barriers, but like they're not there anymore. So it's like it's hard to say.
Maybe,
but
I mean,
but it is fucking way funnier to imagine them just like shitting next to each other,
just shitting and talking. I mean, I've been in some public restrooms where there's a guy saying something in the other stall, and I'm just like,
shut up.
I'm so beside myself that I'm like, he must be a crazy person and talking to me. It's one of those things where it's like, I know you're not talking to me while I'm shitting. Like, there's no way. Like,
Dude, the idea, dude, it's like I'm tall enough that I can walk past stalls and stare at people. I'm tall enough to do that, but I've never done it because I feel like that would traumatize a kid. If a little kid sitting here like, hey man, just sees you, and it's like
sees this fucking rosy cheeked black face leering down on him from over the stall like fucking
doing,
that guy from
bitch?
Home Improvement.
Yeah, like, what was his name?
Just, hi, how are you?
Wilson, right?
I don't remember.
Wilson.
Dang,
He doesn't see feet. He doesn't see feet. He
There's
just sees
no
that,
feet.
and he's like,
imagine being a child. Imagine being a child and having like an accident like that, like a really like a huge emergency, and you're in a stall and you look down, you don't see feet, you look up and there's 10 faces staring down at you.
That's
from
some fucking
like
cult
around.
Shit,
It's like the end of Inglourious Basterds, and they're looking down at the camera after they cut the swastika in that guy's head.
Yeah.
It's like they're just like,
like, what do you
Good
do
job,
at that
Jeff.
point?
I'd be like, what the fuck am I gonna get abducted? That's alien shit. I'm gonna get abducted.
yeah.
Question though, do you finish? Like, do you finish up, or do you like wait for them to leave? And what is your
It
thought
Are you
depends
sure while
on-
someone's staring at you? If someone's staring at you, you do your shit. You do your shit.
I mean,
I can't.
Well,
I can't.
like,
do it.
so
I'm too
if I
scared.
haven't, I just sat down on the toilet and then people start staring at me.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, I'm definitely turning the switch off. I'm just like, all right. Even if I was about to, it's going.
What
right
if you're
back
crowning
into my body.
already?
It's going right back into my body, bro.
If you're crowning,
It's going right back into my.
You're already crowning
If
it.
there's fucking 10 people staring at me,
you won't get so scared you finish it off.
It's like
Oh,
a
you
push pop.
gotta pinch. You gotta pinch it.
I
You
guess
gotta
if
pinch
I'm
it?
scared, then you just naturally would just Okay, so if you're scared,
Or you're
But,
gonna
like,
pinch it,
I'm-
and you're like, I gotta chop this log in half.
I mean, bro, that's like that's such a terrible scenario. Like, I guess you kind
Horrible.
of have to just
Horrible
you have,
scenario.
yeah, you.
Imagine you're shitting in your bathroom and then the walls fall down and you're at school in the middle of the hallway.
You're
and
at school
everybody's,
and you're
and everybody's
at school and you're a
pointing at you.
kid
They're
again.
laughing.
And
You're a
kid
kid again. They're laughing at you. Ha ha! You're shitting.
And you don't have your grown man dick yet. You got your kid dick, so you're like, oh no, everything's wrong. I got so much more dick as I grew up.
Wait, but you still have your grown ass man's brain? Like, are you still?
Yes.
Are you still your?
This is becoming a lot more This is becoming a lot more convoluted as
You
as it
have
goes
your
on.
you don't have your grown man body, but you have
Anyway,
your grown
listen,
man.
the
You have your
point-
grown man brain and your
point-
problems.
The point is that Elon Musk bought Twitter.
What are you talking about?
So Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion. Whether or not it's worth that is up for debate. I don't know about that. I think people think it's that. I think people think it's that valuable, but I don't know.
Twitter
We'll see.
sucks, but it's a weapon.
I think that's
definitely.
exactly how value works, though. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're not wrong. It is all entirely just made up.
It's all
But
fabrication. It's not a gun
but I
or
do
a
think.
sword.
But I do think. I don't know. Just. I mean, we said this in the last recording, but I just find Elon Musk so boring. Like I just find him to be like a very boring person, and like he bought. Like there's a lot of people who really really love him, and there's a lot of people who like loathe him to the point where it's like they make him almost their entire personality. And I've met these people. I've met people who hate him like beyond a reasonable amount, and then I've met people who like simp for him basically, and it's confusing because he inspires so little in me. Like I don't feel anything when I see
give the
him.
hate.
He's a bitch,
I give
bro.
the hate people way more of a pass because there are things. If you are just in general, a lot of people just don't like billionaires. So there's already
Right.
that.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
there's things about him that I understand why some people don't like him, especially the way that he portrays himself in a lot of ways. Like just with like he. Like just like we're gonna give those satellites to Ukraine, that whole situation. I don't know if you,
yeah.
like that whole situation. There's things that you can look at him and be like, this guy's a greedy bastard or whatever, blah blah blah. The people that love him though, that are like on his nuts, that's the one that baffles me because I'm like, what has he done for you to love him so much? What has he done? Like he hasn't done anything. He's the weird guy that thinks he's funny and he's so not funny. That's all he is.
That's the biggest problem.
What's I get you. What's weird for me is like imagine like I can't love a famous person that's not an artist, you know?
I can't love a famous person that I'm not related to, honestly. Like, how am I going to love, how am I really going to love a famous person?
Did I tell you guys the story? You guys think I don't know if this was in the last episode or not, but my grandma's cousin is the black guy from Good Times.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I guess that's, like, the only famous person I love with a real, like, oh, yeah, that's my grandma's family. I think he might be dead now, though. I'm not exactly sure.
He's certainly dead, I promise you.
He's younger than my grandma is, so I don't know if he's alive or not.
How old is your grandma?
My grandma's at least 86.
He's dead.
He's
Who's younger than she is.
Right. But how? But by how much?
A little bit. My grandma's a bit older than
He's dead.
Well, my grandma's alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your grandma's a woman. She's gonna last. She lasts longer.
Is that
Men
true?
die younger.
Women do have a longer lifespan, right?
No,
Absolutely.
As
That's
long
absolutely true.
As long as Jack the Ripper doesn't get them, yeah. Like it's a pretty safe bet that they're gonna
That's
live longer.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They complain about
What
someone.
if Jack
I'm
the
not
Ripper
getting
is the oldest man alive right now? What if they?
Oldest man.
Yeah, they never
Jack
caught him.
the
when he's
Ripper is
still alive.
420
Can
something
you
years
fucking
old.
imagine?
He's
Like
still alive.
I mean,
Jack
what
the
would be like?
Ripper found alive in Tucson, Arizona. And
Could you imagine Andrew Tate's this Jack the Ripper, and he had to change up his flow because the world changed? So he's like, I'm gonna go. I'm
Is
gonna
he a
study
vampire?
shit.
I don't understand.
No.
This.
He just moisturizes.
He's just
He's just
he
that
just
old.
figured it out. He figured
Jackery the Ripper found.
People.
His name is actually Jackery the Ripper.
He thinks that would be. Can you? The Jack the Ripper's real name is Jack. They just guessed that really.
No, it's Jackery.
Jackery. That's still too
Jackery
close.
is Jackery the Ripper.
That's like if the Zodiac killer's name was Thomas Zodiac. That's like
no, it's Zodius. Zodius.
That's a
Zodius
Digimon.
Crodius.
It's a fucking Digimon.
Zodius Crodius the Ripper.
I don't know.
So they're related. They're both the Rippers, the Ripper family.
Imagine
Every
if
serial
every serial killer was related and you could quantify it. You go back in time, it's like, Manson's related to this guy. Wow, it's a fucking map. The movie has Owen Wilson in it for some reason, too.
That's crazy. Why is Charles Manson related to Dick Cheney?
What the fuck? Ooh. And they're all related to Ronald Reagan.
Oh, yeah, the final boss.
I think...
That's what you find out and you would get sniped immediately.
Anyway. The whole point is that, like, so he spent this money on Twitter.
Harvey the Ripper.
And, go ahead. No, I don't know. He's just one of those people. Like, that whole thing where he, like, walked into the Twitter headquarters with a sink and he was like, let that sink in. When I saw that...
I can't believe that's real.
It is... What's mesmerizing about it is, like, he clearly thought it was funny, you know what I mean? Like, he was like, oh, what a joke. And I'm looking at it just befuddled at the effort that it would have taken. To like, because, all right, I have to find a sink. I have to carry it in here. And you know damn well he didn't, like, carry it back.
Oh, of course not.
He probably, like, smashed it on the ground. It's like, you fix this. So,
yeah, to the janitor.
I feel like someone at some point told him that he was funny, and we're all paying the price for it. And I personally think it's Grimes. I personally think, because in my opinion, to me, before before all of this, I just feel like he was a very boring person. He was on Joe Rogan and he would just sit there. He would take 10 minutes to respond to a single question. And he would just sit there and be like, Joe Rogan would be like, so you made flamethrowers, huh? And then like an hour would pass and he goes, yes, I did. And he's just a very personalityless person. And then out of nowhere, he's just like, I'm going to go on SNL. You know, I'm going to start memeing around with like cryptocurrencies. I'm going to, and I have to imagine that it's the kind of power that only a woman could bestow upon an autistic person. You know what I mean?
I would agree with that assessment.
Do
you know what I mean? Do you know what I don't say that with malice. I'm saying that
it's the kind of power only a woman could bestow on
he's
an
not
autistic
wrong
person.
in mythology, particularly Greek mythology. I mean, come on.
Stop,
what about
Derek,
what is
stop.
a muse?
Let's stop making fun
what
of
is
the
a
tisms.
muse, sir?
I'm not making fun. Hold on.
What is a
Let's
muse?
be clear. I'm
ahead.
not making fun of autistic people. Elon Musk is very clearly autistic.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that
I
is
mean,
not
that's
even
Cripplingly. Almost. He's so autistic, it actually is a benefit to him, actually.
You know
he's
that
one of the Rain Man one.
Do you know that guy? That dude, Rain Man was not autistic. Do you know?
Rain Man was something.
Do you know? Do you know?
I mean,
He's good at math.
Do you know what?
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna keep
yeah,
going.
go.
I'm
What were you gonna say,
Chris?
let's get off this. What were you
Oh
gonna
my
say,
god,
Chris?
what the fuck was I even saying? Do you know that guy? He's on TikTok. I forget his name.
Is it a Hispanic dude?
No, it's just this guy. He's in his room and he goes like, it's just some guy and he stands like this. And he just makes videos where he's like, me when my girlfriend hugs me. Oh gosh, I'm so glad to be hugging you, my love. And then that's it. That's the whole video. And he makes like hundreds of these, and they're all amazing. But the whole point of that is
amazing.
I love that guy. I got no problem with the
Stop,
autistics.
Chris.
I'm very well might be one of them in all likelihood.
Almost definitely.
Thanks. I mean, I appreciate the immediate. You could have said nah. But
Nah,
like,
definitely,
cool.
Chris. Not definitely. Let somebody
I don't
change.
know.
Let somebody change an angle on Master Chief. You're Chris Chan in that store. you're attacking a GameStop employee.
I love that he.
Halo 4 is not how you're supposed to look.
I love that he colored in Sonic's arms because he didn't like that they were peach. That blew my mind. What a wonderful person. Anyway,
Yeah, wonderful.
So yeah, wonderful. I mean, it is wondrous to behold. That is certainly an accurate description. So he bought Twitter, and he's painfully unfunny, and I just don't know why this keeps happening. But the big situation was that he was trying to charge for Twitter verification. So I think it was originally $20, and then Stephen King,
of all people.
of all fucking people, Stephen King complained about it, and he was like, it's dumb as fuck. That's my Stephen King.
That's exactly what he tweeted.
Why did Stephen King looks like a skeleton?
Dude, he looks like every villain was put together.
Stephen King looks like the shit he writes about.
1000%.
Yeah,
He looks like
everything mixed
Pennywise.
together.
He looks like Pennywise, and Pennywise wasn't a clown, it was a dude. Everything about him's the same. He's just a guy. He's not a clown.
He looks like a concerning person to know. But he was complaining about it.
He looks like Ellen DeGeneres if Ellen DeGeneres was a boy. You know.
You're just I don't even know
All
what
right,
you're
man.
saying at this point.
Anyway.
Now you're just saying things.
Yeah, I'm just saying shit.
Stop it. So it was originally $20, and Stephen King just randomly complained. Not even to him, by the way. He was just talking about it like on his feed. He was like, it's dumb. I'm out of here. And Elon was like, well, maybe $8 then? So it's like that's the general idea is that it's going to be $8 now. And
$8 to get verified.
$8 to get verified.
Funny.
Is it funny?
It's so funny that it's Stephen King. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why would you Stephen King said something. I really loved fucking the Gunslinger. I'm gonna put it down to 8. It's like, what the fuck, Elon? Stop.
It is wild that he made a financial, a business decision based on what Stephen King said. It is really fucking funny.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Gunslinger stories too, but come on. Stop.
I just wonder if it is a weird person to single out. But anyway, this whole thing is really frustrating to me because I just don't. So a lot of people are like, oh, everybody just doesn't like Elon or everybody just doesn't agree with this because they just hate Elon for no reason or whatever. And it's like, listen, Twitter verification isn't a fucking subscription. It's not something that original. And this is, to be fair, and I said this before, but this is Twitter's fault. The fact that the verification badge can even be argued in such a way that charge people for it. That's Twitter's fault. That's the previous ownership of Twitter's fault because the verification badge was initially supposed to be, hey, I am who I say I am. It's a badge to ensure that you are who you say you are. It's easy to get on every single other platform. I am verified on YouTube. I am verified on Spotify. I am verified on I think I even got verified on Vine back in the day. I think. I'm pretty sure I remember this. And I think Reddit as well. There's also like it's very, very easy to get because the point is to verify that you are you. And for whatever reason, every time I tried to get verified on Twitter, they were like, "Nah, you're not you." I would show them my ID. I would show them a picture of me holding my ID. I would show my ID next to my fucking erect penis. Maybe that was what got me. Maybe that's probably the problem.
Erect, bro.
All that shit's on file, bro. All that shit's on file. They still got it.
Yeah. So it's there, and they're like, "No, you're not you." And it's like, "What do you fucking mean?" And then they updated.
Here's
it to
my
be like,
dick.
Yeah, what do you mean? This is clearly mine. It's got a Rise Against tattoo on it. I think. And then there was like an updated requirement that was like, "Oh, okay, well, you need 3 articles written about you in the last like 3 months or something." That's the requirement to get verified, which is like that's not what that's for. So you can only get verified if you're a public figure. That's confusing. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's some gay social status thing.
It like, really is fucking dumb.
There's even a guy that was complaining about that recent because Elon, he tweeted that thing out where it was so he tweeted out like that stupid face, that soy face of that guy, or he's just smiling like, yee.
The Wojak, yeah.
Oh, Wojak, yeah, thanks. For it was $8 for and you'll enjoy this Starbucks drink for like this Frappuccino for like 30 minutes, but they're crying at the idea of $8 a month for a verified check mark. So essentially saying, oh, people that spend $8 pretty much daily on Starbucks, but then and it's like, okay. Even though I don't spend that type of money on Starbucks either, but there's other things where I'd be like, this is well worth it because I'm actually getting something out of it. The verification does nothing at all for me. Like, I'm not even like, say, like, there's a guy named Tipster on Twitter who could benefit from paying $8 a month because he's constantly fucked with, and there's so many fake tipster accounts that people confuse him all the time.
I might make a fake tipster account like you.
we should all change our names to Tipster on Twitter.
And get pictures of him.
That'd be so fucking funny.
Find whatever picture he's using the most recently of himself.
He'd be so confused.
You'd have to find him though. You'd have to find.
Find the real tipster. Holy shit!
It's like I am Spartacus or whatever the fuck. It's I am Tipster.
Yeah, the fucking Twitter like who cares? I don't. Okay, cool, nice to have, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Doesn't really matter for most people.
Eventually, that's what fucked it up. It's not supposed to be a status thing. It'll simply just be.
This guy right here. There's a guy named Nicholas Hotman. This guy says this. Law, no one's complaining about the price. We're complaining about at poopfartlover87 being able to get verified when it should be designated for public figures, celebrities, journalists, etc. who actually have a use for the badge. And it's like, you see, like, there's these idiots like this who has a verified badge who know and 100% that it is a status symbol reserved for these type of people. Yeah. When it's like,
and
come
you know
on,
what?
bro.
And you know what? On some level, look, I get it. You know, like if you are a public figure, if you are like somebody in media, you are probably in all likelihood going to have more people impersonating you than if you're just like, I don't know, some guy working at Star. Like no one's gonna want to impersonate Charles McKinley, who like fucking is like just some random Starbucks employee who has no reason to be impersonated, you know? I get it on that, but then the fact remains that if that really is your bar, right? You're like, okay, you need to be a public figure. Okay, well, why am I not verified? Why is my ID not accepted? Why is it that even though I have like all like this audience here, I'm on this I'm on these podcasts that are like widely listened to. Why can't I get verified?
How many millions of people have viewed your content? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's
like,
fucking insane. It's like just my impressions on Twitter alone. You know what I mean? Like it's like I desperately there's a guy right now with my Chris Raygun. And I can't fucking what the fuck? At the very least, let me just let people know that this is the real one.
Right. That is so fucking I'm glad you brought that up. That is so fucking important. Those points right there are the one things where it's like, yo, I want my original username. And then I like at least YouTube had a criteria. Hit 100K and then you'll get your check thingy. You'll get a better email response. There was actually something where it just like they paid attention to it a little bit more. Of course, it's still bad, but there was some type of understanding. Twitter is just completely arbitrary. You don't know. There's people that I'm like, you don't deserve one, but they're a journalist with 5,000 followers that nobody fucking knows.
Yeah,
and they're verified.
Yeah, and they're like, oh well, 5,000 is a lot of people. It's like, yeah, it is. You know what else is a lot of people? What is this? 187,000. Can you fucking help me out? Like,
exactly. It's like,
shit,
bro.
They're telling you shut up pretty much.
Yeah, you're just not getting the mind. I tried to appeal my suspension because I did it again just to see what happens. You know, once whatever they're going to do, see if they're going to be any leniencies or whatever. Because I just genuinely believe I personally don't think that I should have been permanently banned for impersonating Trump. When you have somebody like Matt Walsh, for example, tweeting out that gender ideology is one of the greatest evils in the world, and his rhetoric has led to bomb threats to the Boston Children's Hospital. He's still actively on Twitter tweeting out shit like this.
Sending a bomb threat to a children's hospital.
Dude,
what kind of bottom feeder? What kind of dweller in the darkness motherfucker is that, dude?
This guy generally is, even if he's grifting, he's pure evil. Because he's going to legitimately get somebody killed with his rhetoric.
Is it? So?
And he's fine on Twitter. And I'm like, really? I'm permanently banned for making jokes?
Is it worse if someone is grifting and their actions and their words?
Kind of.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is worse, isn't it? Because they don't even believe it. It's like not even like.
No, that's a demon. That's a real monster. Yeah. He's like, I don't care. Like you tell him, like, you know what's gonna happen. He's like, so.
Yeah, it's not like he's like good, because if he actually believed what he said, because he totally backpedaled when the bomb threats came in for that hospital thing, because he said that, they're trying to gender reassign every children that steps foot in this hospital, even though you have to be 18 to get reassignment surgery in that specific hospital.
You come out with no cock.
Oh, that'd be fucking wild. That'd be a fucking topsy-turvy day, bro.
Well, then I would have to be like, well, I guess Matt Walsh was right. Fuck
Walsh was right. Every child, every kid in my wait, if that's true, couldn't you just send the kid back in again to get him like reset?
I guess, because each time you bring him in, they gotta change you up.
Can you undo that? They're just gonna tape it back on?
Yeah, I guess they gotta sew you back up, man. Yeah, just give you a bigger one too.
Give me a bigger penis. Give me a bigger, greener penis.
A big green. It's me, Mike, with a big green penis.
No. It's not green. It's not big. It's big. Well, if it was big before, it's gonna be bigger. That's it. Like, I want it to be a bigger, like a larger penis. That's a green.
So if you have like 5. Because it has to be so 6, because you have to. It can't end on odd, because then it would be definitely different. So you do 6, right? And they add an inch each time. Imagine that shit. Like, so you started off with, like, let's say you were just on the average. You're like a 5-ish, 6-incher, and then you end up
with a fucking
9-inch penis or something.
Fucking green, like fucking like eat your vegetables, spinach, Popeye ass green cock, man.
I don't want it that color, bro.
I want it green.
That looks
bro.
rotten. I want
That's healthy green, bro. That's healthy green.
You said spinach.
I want it to look
is
like
dark, man.
I want it to look like Patrick Star.
You want it to look like what?
I want it to look like this.
Like that pink, like fucking pink like
with
pussy, like pussy pink.
I want it pink with little spots.
With that fucking face too. With it, just
no. No. You know what I want? I want it to be. I want it to be a black, but a green set black. Where, you know, when you color something in with green so much it turns black, but then in the sunlight you can see some green. Like, hey, you gotta. It's like dark. It's like way darker than I am. but
I want on my 6th reassignment surgery, I want my penis to look like Matt Walsh. I want it to like finish off with a beard and glasses and just say extremely bigoted stuff. And I'm like, now just be like,
I love it, dog.
Trans people are. You take your dick down you're about to dick a girl down. It's like, trans people are evil. And then it's just like,
she's like, what? Shut up, bitch.
The more erected it gets, the more like fucked up it says.
Vapid it gets, to the point it's saying unruly shit to this girl. And she's like, I don't want to put that in my body.
Like, hey, I can't
It's
control
not
it.
me. It's my dick. I don't believe this. My dick believes it.
I don't believe this at all. I'm an ally. But
Not him.
It's just a dick. Okay.
If you want, if you want heat, you got to sacrifice for it.
Yeah, I don't know what you want from me. I mean, he's a dick.
He's
like I don't know what.
Dick.
Now just hurry up and place it in your mouth, quick. If you put it in your mouth, it'll be muffled.
Ew. Oh my god.
Man.
Anyway, speaking of
muffled.
speaking of
that's kind of a dark side to go.
Speaking of dicks, Witcher. The Witcher has nudity in it, I guess. Henry Cavill. Yeah, right. I feel like I definitely saw titties in The Witcher. I feel like I absolutely saw titties. Not the game, the show.
Well, I definitely saw it in the show.
Well, obviously.
I saw it in the game, definitely. Sorry, in the game, definitely.
That's what I was like, we talking about.
Sorry, I made a mistake. I meant to say game.
The titcher?
Well, it's in the show. I remember specifically. There was a huge orgy scene. I remember it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it was. You're right. Yeah, of course you remember it.
Yeah, I got it on. I got all the shit bookmarked, man. Anyway.
The titcher.
Henry Cavill's out. There's going to be a season 3 with him still in it, but he's leaving because it looks like, I don't know. He seems to be the only person on that show who gave a shit, really. Like, everybody, I think there was like a whole thing where it was like the people who worked on it, who weren't Henry Cavill, hated The Witcher. Like, they actively like didn't like it.
Well, he's a nerd, so I know why he liked it.
Polish people are shitty. That's basically, that was their whole.
I heard that was Polish people made it gross.
I don't know what the hell they were doing, but they just didn't like it for whatever reason.
No,
and they took the job anyway because that's what happens when the economy is terrible and people need jobs and they're just working on shit they don't give a fuck about, and then it's worse for everybody. So thanks. But I think so he's gonna be out starting season 4. They're gonna replace him with Liam Hemsworth, which
are you sure? I thought it was Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
He says the N-word. He calls every monster an N-word. he calls a drowner the N-word. He calls him a blue N-word.
These drowners, these.
If somebody made like a Woody style toy of you. That would be your pull the string. It would be like, what if he said the N-word? That would be,
bro. Your laugh a minute ago. Streets of Rage 2, man. There's this dude named Big Ben, and he shoots fire out of his mouth. And he literally laughs the exact same way. If anybody's played Streets of Rage 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you probably thought the same thing. What is happening to you? Your laugh is taking on different forms. It's like different people.
I'm gonna mark that clip so you can pull that laugh up. But
it's been like that for years, dude.
I was like, what the fuck was that?
That's gross as hell.
Don't hate me because you hate me, bro.
Yeah, and sometimes you get the giggles, like you're like fucking you're like tee-heeing and shit, and I'm like, what the hell is that? What is gross. That?
It's off-putting. But not as off-putting as just recasting the fucking Witcher like 3 seasons in. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I get that they didn't go, like, he stayed under the condition. Like, he was like, yeah, I'll do The Witcher for as long as we're faithfully adapting the books by Andre. I think it's like what's it? I forget. Is Andre Sarkowski or something?
I wouldn't even.
It's like a Polish. Yeah. It's like a Polish name.
Polish man.
But and they clearly hate the show. Like, everybody else who isn't him hates The Witcher. So like that clearly didn't happen. So he's leaving. But also beyond that, he's going to play Superman again. Which, whatever. I feel kind of conflicted about this whole thing because Henry Cavill is the only thing about The Witcher that is above okay. Like I
thought Yen was pretty fine, but yeah, it's definitely.
She's fine. He's
the focal point.
He's the best part of the show because you could tell he cares, and even though he looks nothing like Geralt of Rivia, he sounds a lot like him, and he cares a lot, and he plays that part really, really well. And so I'm torn because the show is mediocre. He's great in it. The Witcher show needs him, in my opinion, more than Superman needs him. But Superman needs a good movie more than The Witcher needs a live-action TV show, or more than we need a TV show. So, like, I'm just kind of in between these things right now. Although generally, I don't think he's particularly that good of a Superman.
I think he's a great actor.
Him, man.
I think he's a great actor.
I think he's fine.
I think he'll make a great Superman with a good script. But now that James Gunn is the head of everything over there now, he's the head of all the DC shit. I have faith that he could do it.
Dude, Peacemaker was fun as shit.
Great.
It was.
If you saw that.
Great show.
The second Suicide Squad was really. I actually have the urge to watch it again.
It's
I'm
a
like,
fun
I should watch
movie.
it again sometime.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah,
It is a
Seeing
fun
Pete
movie.
Davidson get his head blown off.
That
De la creme, bro.
That was really funny.
Yeah, I like Henry Cavill a lot. I think he has potential to be. I think he can be a great Superman. I like it. Really, he mishandled. I didn't hate Man of Steel.
Same.
I didn't hate. But a lot of people, that's up for debate and all that shit. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I still think that he can do a fantastic job. I'm glad he's back. Let's see what happens. I just want him to get a little bit more like racist or something. I want like so. I want them to be like
Stop talking now.
He's like an alien. He's equipped, and I want him to be like Zod and everyone. Like they're like I don't like these people. I'm way better than them, and then he just sees.
That's not
people.
Superman, no. What the fuck? I want this Superman movie where Superman acts like not Superman.
He goes on the subway. He goes on one of the lines in New York, right? And then he just like sees this black dude just begging for change, and he's inconveniencing the passengers, and he just fucking hits them as hard as he humanly can, that it actually busts a hole open in the train.
Can you imagine?
And kills everybody.
He kills everybody because of the shock of hitting this one guy. Everyone dies.
I had this really vivid image in my head, or this very it's almost like a GIF in my brain of Superman deciding that he's had enough, and he's on a train in the subway, and he stands up and just levitates maybe an inch off the ground, like he's floating. But because he's Superman and he's moving in relation to the planet, he's staying still, and the train just it's like the train hits him while he's inside it, and he's just like tearing the trains apart.
Yeah, like Invincible.
No, it's not exact. It's almost like that, but not exactly. But it's just him like snapping one. It's not even like from anything. It's just like, I'm so tired, and he just flies up a little bit, but the train keeps going.
I like the idea of Superman falling asleep while he's flying, and then falling down, and they're fucking up wherever he lands. I think that's really fucking funny.
That must happen at some point in the comics, no?
He doesn't fly, and he doesn't usually fly like over. Like, he flies up, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't has anyone ever knocked him unconscious while he's just flying? Because he's definitely been knocked into places, and like hit the ground. Obviously, he's definitely landed on like a person or two.
He's definitely been shot with kryptonite arrows or something, like in mid-flight or something, right? Like, I have to imagine.
What's crazy?
That's such an obvious thing to write.
Kryptonite has not come up very often in like years.
Well, no, because it's lame, kind of.
I think I understand why it exists, and there's like there's more narrative reasons why it exists, but like I don't know why they gave him that. I don't know. I just don't know. No, I know why. I know why. Because it's supposed to be that like the smallest thing can bring down the highest standard. Like this is a rock. Like David killed Goliath with a rock.
I think it's more
fucking sling.
I think it's more they just needed a weakness for him, because otherwise.
No, it wasn't, because he wasn't super strong at first. He wasn't like godly strong at first, like he wasn't like way stronger than everybody else in the world. Even now, he's not even like strong the rest of the people in the world. Like, there are plenty of people that could fuck him up, but like,
wait, what? Say it again.
There's plenty of people that can fuck up Superman. It's like dozens.
Do you say on Earth?
Yeah, plenty. Wonder Woman when they fought. Wonder Woman handled him and then killed somebody else he was trying to protect.
Wait,
well, Wonder Woman has magic though.
She has super strength as well too. So is there's Hal Jordan. There's Hal Jordan. There's Martian Manhunter. There's Aquaman in the water. He could probably fuck him up.
I mean, the way that
100%. Shazam can beat him literally.
Well, Shazam can beat him because he's pure magic.
Black Adam can beat him,
right. Like the pure magic guys, even though magic's like they never, magic's just a thing, I guess. It's almost like an element. It's almost like an extra element, right? That's the way they just classify magic.
They say magic is
magic fucks them up.
Magic is like the energy, the runoff energy of the universe. You know, like when an explosion happens, the energy that dissipates is magic, and you can use that to do whatever you want. That's what they care magic. But like, there's a bunch of people that can beat him. There's like the Green Lanterns that potentially could beat him. You know, there's like
I think they what I feel like
Jake
they
Paul.
do is they handicap when it's
when it's convenient, people lose. You know, that's how it works. You know,
that's exactly how
That's
like
how it
so
works.
if,
When it's convenient, people
essentially if Jake Paul boxed Superman would lose.
This is gonna make me
given the
sad.
circumstances.
But for instance, when he fights Wonder Woman, right? Wonder Woman, she's technically magical, but she's more of a god. She's more of like a godly creature, you know? So when she fought him, Superman is stronger than her and faster than her, yes. But she's a way better fighter. So she just beat him up and she broke his arm.
I thought she was like a fucking Amazon woman.
Yeah, she's sort of like Thor.
Yeah.
She's sort of just like Thor, but like a woman and from that universe.
But like hidden on Earth, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
right. 'Cause she's the
the
son of the god of
mascara
war or
is-
something, right? Or the daughter of the god of war.
Zeus. And Hippolyta are her
she's-
parents.
She's the daughter of Zeus. Mm-hmm. I thought she was the daughter of Ares.
No. Ares is her uncle.
Whatever.
I thought I don't even I'm not gonna get to that because I thought she was created, but
That's definitely one continuity property too. There's so many different stories for the same
when
characters.
she was first introduced, I don't know because I never I'm a boy, so I didn't give a shit about Wonder Woman until I became like much older. You know what I mean?
I still don't give a shit about her.
Yeah, I still. I was going to say,
I mean,
I've not grown into. I have not outgrown my misogyny enough to like Wonder Woman.
I like her. I like how she solves problems with violence. I think that's funny. Everybody's like, "Let's talk to him." She's like, "Let's go kill them," and everybody's like, "What?"
Well, yeah, I like the animated movie. I think it came out in 2006, maybe. Mm-hmm. There's Wonder Woman one that was brutal. She was chopping heads off.
I like the one
man.
where she has that lasso that gives people iron deficiency when she hits them with it.
They just get all cold and shit.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Why am I so tired? Why can't I fight off infections anymore?
That'd be a great superpower.
But let's talk about Jake Paul for a bit.
I guess.
Me and Derek will cry. Me and Derek will cry because it's very sad.
I only saw a little bit of it, but I saw that he won.
Saw the whole fight. First, the beginning of the fight, Silva was... he beat the spider. Now look, guys. Look. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, he beat him, he knocked him down. He knocked him down off of stray hits. Because the whole beginning of the fight, literally Silva, he was just not touching Silva. Silva was dancing around him. Not to mention, look, I think he beat him, right? I think they gave Jake the win because Jake won. But I have seen Anderson Silva take outrageous beatings and fuck up his opponent. Granted, he wasn't 42. He's 42 now?
He's 47.
He's 47 now. Jesus Christ. So he was probably 42 when I was watching him get fucked up. But granted, he's 47 years old. Jake Paul's way heavier than he is.
Jake
Longer
Paul
reach.
is like 25.
25.
Jake hasn't even entered his like athletic prime yet.
Yeah.
Essentially. Athletic
that's
prime
like
is
31,
usually
32.
For,
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, your early 30s is usually your athletic prime. And so Jake is still climbing the ladder. Anderson is in his twilight years of combat sports. And here's the thing. There are such things where people always say 9 times out of 10 who wins.
Yeah, but
I don't know if
exists.
I don't know if 9 times out of 10 Jake Paul wins. I don't know if he's going to win every one. It was close enough to where on a better day, Anderson Silva could have won. Right? It wasn't like he got fucking a savage beating. He got his nose busted, and that was like the most of it.
And he knocked him down.
And he knocked him down. But it was also wasn't like a devastating blow either. He just kind of got him, and he was already tired. It was like it happened. He definitely won. It's just sad to see because. Yo, he's such a legend. He's such a fucking legend to the point where...
I've seen Silva get fucked up before. And
Look,
he was still in the fight.
We were all hoping that Silva was going to just kill Jake Paul. Like, we're all hoping, like, and I don't mean metaphorically. We all were hoping that he was going to hit him so hard that, like, his head actually spins around like a cartoon.
What makes it worse is that he recently fought Izzy. He recently fought Israel Adesanya, and Izzy beat his ass way worse than Jake Paul did.
Well, yeah. They're also in That's one thing Anderson will. He's not gonna go back to MMA because MMA is way too
grueling.
It's way too more like fuck that. Yeah. Like he'll do boxing because he knows even at his age of 47 he can still hang. But like if he was in the octagon, he would get fucking destroyed. Immediately, he would get destroyed.
Well, no, he was wrestling. He wasn't in this fight like a year or two ago.
No, this was longer. This was probably like
it was 2020. Like 2020.
No, absolutely not.
When he fought Izzy, it wasn't like 2020 when he fought him?
It was probably like
2019.
It was probably like 2018, 2019. Let's just fact check that.
2020 the world paused. So yeah, probably like 2019.
Izzy versus Silva. I'll see what year that was. 234, the very beginning of 2019.
Yeah. So I've seen him get fucked up way worse than that, but nonetheless, I don't know. I didn't like seeing that. He's a legend.
That's literally the only problem. That like he's
seeing him.
He was like the greatest middleweight of all time in mixed martial arts, and everybody was hoping in the MMA community. It's only because he's already taken out 2 MMA guys. Ben Askren, pure wrestler, had no business even being boxing, but got his biggest payday of his life, so good for him. Tyron Woodley, 5-time, or if he defended his championship 5 times in the welterweight division. We all thought he had a way better chance, but if you looked at Woodley's last 5 fights, he sucked complete dick. He lost it. Something happened to him. Who knows? Maybe he got too.
He's fighting. The thing is that Jake is people that are one, not boxers. Silva can fight. Silva can box. Silva can box, but he's not a boxer. Kicking is a huge part of his platform as a fighter. Low kicks are a huge part of his platform, and being able to get groundwork in.
And he's fucking old.
And he's old. He's very old.
So Jake is brilliant for this. Like he's picking fantastic opponents, and I want to see what the hell's gonna happen next. Because everybody keeps saying, well, when is he gonna fight a real boxer? Somebody who's actually around his age.
Probably never.
I mean, if I were Jake Paul, I wouldn't either. Like if I were Jake,
because I think whoever he fights is gonna go in there and try to literally take his head off. Like because Jake is like a heavyweight, light heavyweight right now. Light heavyweight. I would say heavyweight. I would say he's definitely a heavyweight fighter. He's like 2 and some change.
I mean, yeah, he kind of walks around 200 pounds.
So if he fights a heavyweight fighter, whoever is gonna fight him is gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna try to kill you." So they're going to let him do his dance. He'll do his dance, and then they're just gonna get him with one, and it's gonna be real funny until Jake hits the floor and stops moving. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh shit, Jake Paul got oh."
So I've heard rumors. I think Jake next is gonna fight Boogie 2988. I think they're setting up that one.
What if Boogie kills him?
We had this joke already. We did this already. We did this exact thing already.
A stray hit, like some.
I remember.
You said Jake Paul versus Boogie.
I remember this exactly because I remember one of us said he's gonna roll on him and kill him.
Jake should fight Mike, dude.
Which Mike?
Tyson.
Oh, I think Tyson would actually lose too. To be honest.
No. No. I think if he hit Jake, Jake would be like, "Oh shit." He would hit Jake. He would get scared. I think actually.
Like, Mike Tyson still looks kind of good, but when I saw him fight,
Roy,
holy shit, yeah,
he did great in that fight for a 50-something old man.
We should move forward though.
Sure.
Damn,
because I mean,
it's the best part.
What? Mike Tyson's not gonna fight fucking Jake Paul.
He might. You never know.
It just wouldn't. Dude, he's too old, man. It's just not.
He's like 89.
That does not. Have you seen his workouts? No, it's impressive.
He looks
dude.
very good in his workouts and stuff. But man, it's just when you're in your fucking 50s.
But he's old. That's the thing. If I guess straight hit could seriously damage him. But like, I think Mike could do it.
He has fucking osteoporosis. Like you can't be in the fucking ring.
Nah, bro. He just mushrooms too much. That's it. He was smoking indicans like that. He just be fucking rolling out, just chilling.
I don't know.
Chris, you fight him.
You're gonna step up, Chris?
No.
Why not, dude?
Sense.
Do it,
dude. Just a couple of protein shakes, and you'll be right up there.
Nah, bro. Just wait and bite your time, and he's gonna get cocky and just one solid hit to the temple, like with all your might. Like you hit him in the temple and like hit him so hard you like go beyond him and you fall down on the opposite direction from where you threw the punch. and then be like, I killed him. And you walk out the ring right after that.
I killed him.
I killed him.
I got him. And then you start playing and laughing at Logan. Go bury him. Go bury him. Don't do that.
Yeah, go put him in the fucking forest, all right, and go take some pictures.
You guys make a bet that if you kill him in the fight, you get to hang him up in the forest.
You just bury him in the suicide forest.
I get to hang you up in the forest if I kill you.
And then you can invite Logan to like a surprise party in the forest, and then he finds the real he finds his brother.
That is demon. That's demon time shit, dude.
That is Joker shit.
It's like
I think the Joker would be like, "Hey, man, that's a little distasteful.
That's a little much.
You're wilding, bro. I killed a teenager, but still, like, I think you're bugging right now."
No, the Joker would call a bomb threat into a children's hospital. I think.
Oh, sure.
You know,
I feel like he'll use the kids as the bombs.
Yeah,
use the kids as the bombs. Yeah, something like that.
There's a video, there's a movie where he had dynamite strapped to a baby and tossed it at Batman. And Batman was like, bro, what?
I remember that. Wait.
Bro,
Joker throws baby.
And then you realize, though, that Jason Todd is right, where he's like, bro, just kill him.
Jason Todd is entirely right. Jason, like, everyone that says Batman should kill Joker is right. He should kill Joker. Because Joker won't stop. He'll keep escalating
until
something
No Man's Land. Wait,
yeah.
What is this? In No Man's Land, the Joker kidnaps dozens of babies, keeps them locked up in the basement of Gotham's police station. Commissioner Gordon's second wife, Essen Gordon, tracks the Joker down and confronts him. She saves the child. The Joker shoots her in the head. The babies crawl around on her lifeless body. One even sits calmly in the pool of her own blood. Dude, this is fucking insane.
He's the thing is that right? The Joker, when he's doing like villainous, maniacal shit, I don't like that. I don't like when he's like going too far. When he's doing shit that's funny, like when it's almost laughable, like in Dark Knight Returns when he's walking down like the love thing and he's getting people into the water and shooting them and like laughing at them and like smacking women and shooting them in the face. That's kind of funny, you know?
It's kind of
funny. That's hilarious.
Not when he's like ripping his face off and like going like pure bananas and like to whispering Jason Todd like, I'm gonna fuck your dead body after I kill you. You know, like that's too much.
Yeah, the cutting your face off thing was a bit.
That was pretty cool.
That was kind of.
I wanted one of those masks. I wanted one of those masks. Yeah,
great story.
It seemed like I don't know, the kind of crazy that is just didn't strike me. Like I feel like Joker's almost kind of not vain necessarily, but I do feel like he cares about his appearance in like enough that he wouldn't do something like that.
The Joker is maniacal, but he's not exactly like body horror. I don't think it was a thing. That's like he'll do anything he can to get a rise out of Batman for the most part, you know. But I feel like he can't start at 100. You know, you got to start with the beginning, and then get there. You know?
I do think it's really funny to kidnap every baby in the world.
Well, that's hilarious.
Every baby in the world.
Put him in the fucking basement. But
in a dark and just make loud noise to make him cry.
Take a baseball stadium and convert it into a blender. Put all the babies in there.
Oh my god!
You sure? You're right.
And then after that's what Joker did. And then after he does it, Batman's still like, I gotta put him back in Arkham. I gotta put him.
It's like,
I gotta put this man in jail.
Everyone's like, Bruce, you gotta kill him, Bruce.
This guy has a bigger. This guy has a bigger KD. Like this guy has more deaths than 9/11 probably on his his rap sheet.
Like Bruce, this guy has more kills than Hitler if you blamed all of it on him.
That's insane.
You know, this time I'll just give him more community service. I'm gonna make him pick up.
That's
10
like you
times
find
more
out.
trash.
That's like you find out. That's like you find out that like he sunk the Titanic. He melted down Chernobyl. Like that is so extra evil.
I don't know. I'll get him. I'm gonna do something about him. How about we put an extra padlock on his door?
It's like, yo, Bruce, you're a pussy. You're a pussy, Bruce. You're hella pussy, bro. I didn't really think you would.
I'm gonna give him a spanking this time. He'll really learn.
I'll beat him up, and then I'll put him in a box, and then we'll be fine.
Bruce, your pussy.
Trust
Your
the
pussy,
box, Robin.
And then
trust the box.
And then fucking Harley Quinn walks right past Batman. Well, hi, Batman, and then just opens the box. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, again, it happened again. He's out again.
Oh, it happened again. Oh, fuck.
You know what's funny? I like the idea that Batman, when he fights Harley Quinn, he does not hold back at all, and he's just whooping her like he'd be trying to fight Superman. He's just swinging on her hard as shit. And she's like, Bats, calm down. He's like, shut up, bitch. And he just fucking uppercuts her, punches her in the back of the head, steps on her boob.
Steps on her boob.
Kicks her in the pussy.
Bro, I'm so mad.
He knows she's cramping, punches her right in the fucking ovaries. Just
that time of the month, huh? This fucking
Jesus Christ.
up and
Anyway.
crushes her.
It's like, yo, Batman, calm down. Or what? Or what?
I'm not wearing that. How'd you get out of prison?
He's just barking at a certain point. He's just like, he doesn't even fucking say English. He's a red.
Mossy
like
away.
red
I
with
have
rage.
no idea what you're saying anymore.
Alfred.
Master Wade, are you fucking retarded?
He's the. Are you fucking retarded, Master Wade? Alfred. Commissioner Gordon. It's just keywords are like slipping through. He's like, Bruce, are you there? Are you there, Bruce? It's just Batman now. Bruce is
Joker's
gone.
just like
Bruce died.
Joker's
Bruce
just
is
like
gone.
he just doesn't care anymore. He's like, I don't even know what to do with this anymore.
Bruce dies. Bruce dies, and Batman
This
takes
is fucking-
over entirely.
This is boring. Why is Batman so? What happened? I don't even
What's
want to do
happened? He's
crime
not even
anymore.
He doesn't even. He laughs of his own accord now, and I don't. What's going on?
He
Like,
seems to have a happiness now, and I
he
don't
seems
like that.
crazier than I am. Like
And he drives a car into the window into fucking Joker's back. Oh, you're not getting away this time. Takes out a lead pipe, sounds him with the pipe, and then shoots him in the face.
sounds him.
Sounds him.
It's like, what the fuck? It's the same pipe he killed Jason with. He kept it. Just a sound Joker in
Just
the
to
future.
sound him.
All right, let's move on to some questions.
Let's get some questions.
God damn it.
Oh,
We had a-
before we move on, we want to just get a quick rest in peace to take off, man. Real sad situation. We talked about it a little bit before we lost the footage, but yeah, man.
Right.
Young, one of the 3 people that are part of Migos, people that made Bad and Bougie, Walk It Like I Talk It. Yep, unfortunately got killed in Houston outside of like a bowling alley club thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was outside of a Forever 21.
Yeah. I was hearing a couple of things. I was like, "Yo, this is so tragic," and I was hearing some people say some shit. I'm like, "Bro, don't say that." But it was funny. They're like, "Ah, damn!" They're like, "Damn!" Over a D&D game, because apparently, apparently they were playing dice.
All over D&D.
Indeed, I heard that. I was like, "Damn, bro!" Like,
nah, D&D
this
is a
is
game
sad
that would do it. If any game would do it, it'd probably be D&D. Imagine playing D&D for fucking 10 years. You have a character that you love him. His life matters to you, like a fucking television show. You help him become something great. He's like level like fucking 15 from level 1. So many battles, so many hard times, and you die. I would man, I'd fuck that DM up.
you just and then unfortunately, Takeoff was the DM.
Unfortunately, Takeoff. Nah, I'm not gonna go that far. That's fucked up. But
yeah, that was a fucked up situation, man. Like it's a lot of young fucking rappers, dude. Or too much, man. So rest in peace, Takeoff, and hopefully his friends and family, fucking goddamn Quavo and all that shit, man. Oof. You say hope they're doing well, but I mean, like, they're probably not, you know.
R.I.P., man.
In all likelihood, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Dude, so I realized recently people started saying rest in piss, which is so fucking rude. That shit's new to me because I never heard that.
New to you? Rest in
Because
piss
people
is so
usually
old.
don't say monstrous things about the dead, you know? So
Where have you been?
people around me usually don't say terrible things about the dead like that.
Didn't the Queen just die?
But no one said rest in piss that I knew, at least.
Oh, dude, we were making fun of that shit immediately.
Yeah, but I didn't say rest. I was like, oh man, she's the queen, so whatever. I wasn't like really going hard.
I mean, if you search "rest in piss Queen," I'm sure there's thousands of tweets.
Yeah, you'll probably find hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to some questions.
Let's do it.
Nikki Ziggy wrote in. Says,
up, Nikki?
hey guys, a little late, so don't worry if you missed this, but my question is this. To what extent can you separate the art from the artist? Obviously, this question is about Kanye, because wow. So first of all, I just want to say there's this interview of him going around where he's like, I can't say who did this or what media they're a part of or their race or nationality or anything. It was a Jewish doctor, and it is so fucking funny, that clip. The thing that's concerning about Kanye to me is that if he's really having a manic episode, right? If this is genuinely a manic episode, it is so well written to the point where it feels like a staff of seasoned comedy writers are writing Kanye's life right now.
I wouldn't say
because
that.
everything he says, dude, when he was like, listen, man, Adidas, I want to apologize to the black community because now, based on what Adidas is doing to me and what I said about George Floyd, I know what it's like to have a knee on my neck right now. And I'm like, that is outrageous.
Have you ever?
That is fucking.
That's like The Office. That's like Michael Scott.
That's you know so mean? Objective. I don't think that's funny.
I'm gonna say
Curb. You're out of your mind. That is such an insane
that was on an episode
thing for a person
Curb,
to say.
Imagine.
That is. Yeah, that's like a Curb Enthusiasm, Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Like I would hear that and I'd be like,
Always
what? I wouldn't even laugh. I was like, what the hell?
That's absolutely nuts. Dead on. It's Always Sunny. That is
Always Sunny.
Yeah,
It is that is something that, like, if somebody desperately trying not to, somebody who is completely insensitive trying to be sensitive, but they're incapable of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I want to say sorry, guys.
Tripping,
I didn't understand because now I know what it feels like because of Adidas, and it's like, bro, what? It is so astounding,
dude.
But
and the timing on that Jewish
apparently
doctor thing,
right now,
fucking...
I'm not bumping any Kanye right now. Purposely, I'm going on my way not to listen to Kanye. When Kanye comes on the place, I kind of like, I'm just going to go past this at the moment. Not really vibing with Mr. Ye right now. But
I watched a documentary about Kanye because of all this. No, it's like a YouTuber made this guy named FD Signifier. And he makes a lot of content about, like, you know, basically black talking points from the black perspective.
Is he a guy with dreadlocks?
Yes.
Like a sort of muscular guy?
He's a little big, a little beefy.
Yeah, I watch him all the time, actually. He's a very good content creator, actually. Very well spoken.
Yeah, so yeah, I was watching his things. And I felt fucking awkward because I was like, damn, I kind of want to listen to some of his music right now.
Who, Yes?
It was one of those things where, because it was one of those things because it's kind of his whole rise and fall. It's like it's a rise and fall without being called a rise and fall, but because he's a very intricate, you know, right? The way you've seen some of his content, so it made me like really. I was like, man, that's it just really hit home with how crazy this shit is for that. What he turned into, what is happening right now. It's like, yo, it gives you more perspective of starting from the beginning and working his way up to this point right here, and I'm like, that's
where it's always been jarring for me because I was like a passenger on that whole drive. Like I never didn't listen to Kanye ever since Jesus Walk became popular. I've been following his career, you know. So it's just strange seeing him go for the person that wrote like a song like "Gorgeous," that is a very black empowerment song, to him saying some wild shit like "White Lives Matter," and though he had his own meaning for why he wore the "White Lives Matter" shirt, and he was like, "There's so many abortions and blah blah blah. There were more black kids aborted than born."
Those are Candace Owens talking points. That's all that was.
Like I actually watched some of her documentary, The Thing, and though I hate her with all my heart, but that Black Lives Matter money shit it's fucked. It's such a fucked situation. It's really saddening.
Well, look,
it's depressing.
Look,
actually,
you can look at the right. A broken clock is right twice a day. They always say.
True.
I like there's things that, and this is one reason why I've deleted some of my videos, is because even though what I was saying about certain things, and when I was criticizing the Black Lives Matter movement, there was too many people that were using it for the wrong reasons.
Exactly. You can't. That's my thing, and I've noticed this too, and it happens as creators. We can't tell who absorbs what we make. We can't.
Right.
We can't dictate.
It's the death of the author. That happens all the time.
Yeah. So it's just like the idea that we make things, and we're like, I make it, and I have this whole meaning for it, but people are gonna absorb it their own way, and they might use it for fucking horrible meaning. I think that's the reason why you guys both took a step back from political shit, I'd assume, because of the fact that these people are just gonna take this like, I don't mean this at all, and I'm not trying to do this. It's not the vibe I'm trying to give off.
I wouldn't say that's. I wouldn't say that's entirely why. Like I
would say. But
I just got incredibly bored, and I just don't like the intensity by which people will believe something and then take it incredibly seriously, to the point where it's just like making comedy content based on that stuff became like really unfun because everybody just took it way too fucking seriously, or they were just using it as like, hey, look, this guy's like a voice, and it's like, no,
that's the nature of it.
I'm not a voice.
Right.
I just think this is funny. I think it's funny when a white feminist raps really poorly to try to convey her message of acceptance to the world, and it's really bad, and it doesn't convince anybody. Why would anybody do this? It's almost like it's purposefully bad. Look, it was, I don't know. It's very stupid. But
it's a weird world. It's a weird world. The situation
we're
like.
I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna continue. I was gonna leave.
Oh no. I think, I don't know. Well, to me, it's, I don't know. To what degree can you separate the art from the artist? To me, in my opinion, music is the easiest thing to do that with. Like when you see an actor, or when you see like a stand-up comedian, like stand-up comedians are telling stories about their lives. They're speaking to you. There's like, when an actor, even when an actor is like portraying a role, they're they might be playing a character, but they're acting in some way that's at least vaguely adjacent to the way that they would interact with. They're speaking. There's art in it and there's performance in it, but it's more communicative. Music to me is like so much more art than anything else that it's very easy for me to forget the person if the music is good, as opposed to the role, because like if I'm watching Kevin Spacey in a movie, I see him. Like, that's Kevin Spacey. That's the guy who chooses now to live life as a gay man after he was touching up on people on set. That's him. I see that face. But like with a musician, it's like, no, man, I'm sure there's a million fucking musicians that have done really fuck shit, and to me it's like, that's a dope solo.
For me, the line comes with when the words you sang contradict so heavily with the person you've become. That's where my problem becomes a thing. Like where Kanye, like singing like I won't stop to all my government. Wait, all my niggas afraid. I won't be satisfied. Like just rapping about like black empowerment, and then like wearing a shirt with someone who is so antithetical to like such a powerful movement. That's where it's like even me, as someone that loves Kanye as I do, like I have his first 4 albums memorized, and I listen to his mixtapes. Most people don't even know Kanye has mixtapes, and I listen to like a lot of them, and I have a bunch of them on my phone. Like, I'm a huge fan of that artist, but it's just I can't. As of right now, it hurts. Yeah.
So, but will you listen to his music, or are you gonna like say, are you gonna make almost like a boycott or something like
not a boycott, but I'm right now hearing him all things he's doing now is so fresh that hearing him kind of reminds like, man, he's doing this fuck shit right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to zone him out for a bit, or even on like what you call social media. Like I muted his name on Twitter. I don't need it right now. I just don't.
My whole thing is about like support in a way that is what I'm doing contributing to whatever they're doing, and something like I made a decision like I just basically like about Joe Rogan, for example. Like I was just like I can't consume his media anymore because of there was just one too many things that are just like the shit that he's saying.
Well, right, but that's
I'm like,
his,
okay.
I know what you're saying, but like Joe Rogan's media is the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I guess, but it is.
It's not
thing.
like Kanye has a song that's like white power, you know?
Okay.
Like,
well, but here's the thing, though. I guess
that'd be different.
Let me use a better example then. Yeah, because if it was something like that, I would feel more like I want to. If I'm contributing to, like, I'm not gonna consume this person's content anymore. I'm not gonna buy it. They're not gonna get my streams because I am giving them. Sure, it's pennies, but I don't want to give these people money and support them if they're actually a detriment to society or they're actually harming society in some certain way. Certain incidences of like crime and shit that whatever I can see past shit like that. But it's more of like an active. If there's something active that's going on, like Kanye right now, it's not like Kanye had this legacy and then you found out it's something retroactive. I'd be like, fucking whatever, dude. But like as of right now, it's
he's
like okay,
transitioning into it.
Yeah, it's like, do I want to give this, contribute anything, wear any of his stuff, listen to anything? Fuck no. Like, I don't want any of that because it's
not right now. It's too fresh for me right now, you know? Like,
yeah.
And it's happening at the moment. I just don't want to deal with it, you know? Like,
and it's a personal decision, though, too. It's not like you shame other fucking people for, you know, they choose to, like, listen to Ye, excuse me, he changed his name. You know, we've been deadenating him this whole fucking time. So but
it's like there are certain things I can't, like, you know, like there are certain songs that like I can't, like, there are very few songs I love so much that no matter what someone would do, I could stop listening to it. Like there's very few songs that like I can't, like, Off the Wall. If they prove Michael did it, I'll still listen to that song. Like, that whole album, I'll still listen to if they prove it. Even if they prove he did it, even if he comes like I love doing it, maybe it was great, I'd still be like, I can't. This album's too good. This album's just too good of an album.
I mean, look, it's look at to each their own. Really, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna say someone's morally, they don't have morals or they're immoral for consuming somebody's content or whatever like that. Like I said, it's just personal choices, you know.
I guess for me, just music is something that's so different. I don't know, like music. It's so easy,
particularly bands. Like, I understand that.
Like, well, yeah, bands, but not even just bands, but to me, just like music in general. Like, like imagine, I don't know, fucking Danny Elfman did something bad. It's like just that doesn't retroactively make The Nightmare Before Christmas like a terrible movie. You know what I mean? Like that's, I don't know. Like to me, it's very easy for me. Like if that's a dope song, it's a dope song, and there's kind of really not much of anything that can be done to change that. Like I understand why people listen to Michael Jackson still. I don't particularly like it because I've overheard it a million times. But I at least understand why it's kind of transcended to the point where it's like, yeah, I could see why people, even if they believe that he would do something like that, I could see why they would like the guitar in Beat It is awesome.
Eddie Van Halen, bro.
Yeah.
So
and then you find out that Eddie Van Halen had kept several kids in his dungeon, and you're still going to be like, man,
look, the sad reality,
that song's a bop.
The sad reality is that, look, man, I'm astounded that the music industry specifically hasn't blown up or imploded in the wake of a lot of the social movements that have happened, because it is a very, very obvious, it's not even, there are things that are called like open secrets where like people kind of knew a little bit about Cosby. And then there's things that aren't even secrets at all, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm a part of this band and these are my groupies.
Oh, they wrote about it in books.
You know, or like here's our song about the groupies that we would fuck in Memphis and in fucking Dallas and in fucking Wichita and fucking. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that musicians just have groupies.
Right.
It's just assumed that that's true. It's almost weird if they don't. It's almost like, oh, interesting. You know, it's I don't know. I'm astounded that industry hasn't had this Me Too thing.
I mean, the thing is, man, it still might come, because what I've been saying for years, probably since 2017, I'm like, how the hell has Vince McMahon not been taken down? Head of WWE. I was like, this is he's the first guy you go to. And then, of course, now it finally came. He stepped down, and now fucking Triple H took over. So it's like, it still might happen. It took, he literally, I feel like he should have been ahead of Harvey Weinstein. like
damn. Holy shit.
Vince McMahon was a pervert on television. Like, you know, like he played roles to be a pervert in some roles where like, what is happening behind the scenes if he's like making out with hot chicks in front of his wife and stuff and all this shit. And I'm like, bro, like, what is this? Something's gonna happen. It did.
Woo!
So now it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna also suck for a lot of people. You know, it just depends on when somebody's gonna pull the trigger. Somebody's gonna do it, and then everybody's gonna follow. But who? Which groupie? Because I feel like a lot of the groupies that were around that era, they actually look at those as golden years. You know,
Yeah,
it's kind of like you ever see
Remember when I got
Watchmen?
tossed by freaking what you?
No, but you remember Watchmen when the original Silk Spectre? She even like wore like basically her daughter's like, why aren't you all mad at fucking the comedian for essentially trying to rape you?
No,
and then
no,
she's
it's
kind of
not
like,
trying.
well,
He
in-
did.
I'm just in the movie he didn't like, you know,
It's it's implied that that's her dad, and she forced himself on her.
Yeah, but the whole but the whole thing is it's just like in that well what I'm trying to say, I'm not even trying to get that deep into it, but it's just like her whole point is just that like she looks back on those, she's like, as you get older the past looks brighter, right? Even the dark stuff, even the fucked up shit. And so I feel like a lot of people do that though, even in moments where they're like, oh, this band took advantage of me, you know, because you know a lot of that shit happened. But they're looking at like what they're doing now versus when they were partying with rock stars. They kind of like justify and do those mental gymnastics like, yeah, that was a great time, even though if you sat down and talked to them with a therapist, like, oh yeah, I was like tossed around like a salad. I was like a fucking like a football and shit and taken advantage of and every, you know, like crazy shit. Because it's all in their books, man. People, a lot of these motherfuckers wrote books and then they're all like, oh yeah, maybe I should take these off the market. Whatever.
Fucking madness.
We'll see what happens, man. I like that in my era of music. Shit wasn't it slowed down quite a bit. People just like played Game Boy and shit, you know. Like it wasn't like people weren't like it wasn't crazy. Like even like going on tour, there was like the one guy, there was the one pervert that was going out of his way, but like everybody else is like, we're just gonna hang out and eat, drink a little bit, and play video games. And so it's kind of nice now. I imagine if you talk to people that go on tour and whatnot, if you know any musicians, that's basically what they're doing now. Like that whole groupie culture is, maybe it still goes for like, I don't know. I know Motley Crue's around.
It still exists.
Yeah, Motley Crue is so old that I can't even imagine that that's even real.
You think
like not anymore? Like I guess.
Yeah,
not
like
anymore.
what are they gonna do? You know, like oh, come here. And
you gotta get a Viagra, bro. You get a Viagra and sit on it.
There you go.
Get a Viagra, sit on it until I fall asleep. Jesus,
that sounds
Christ.
like a life though. That sounds pretty cool.
Dang, bro, that's life right there, man.
What we got next?
All right, let's just drip MH because the Stranger's pyramid scheme collapsed. Wrote in. He says, "Greetings, gang. Somewhat small question this month. With Sweeney being into D&D, his rare few W's. What would you say to? What would you all say to the thought of one day running a special episode where he DMs a small one-shot campaign for you all to get a feel for the game? Have a good day. Much love for the awesome show." I don't know.
I've done a handful of one-offs.
I'd be down to do it, but you guys have to commit to doing it.
It would have to be a one-shot. And it would probably be like honestly, it would probably be a Patreon like extra kind of exclusive thing. Like it's if we were to do that, because I don't know, D&D is difficult for me because I can't justify that amount of time being put into something that I cannot profit from in some way. Like I can't do it because it's like 10 hours. Some of these. It's not
gonna be 10 hours, dude, for a one shot.
Well, what I'm saying, I don't know. I had some friends do a one shot recently, and it was about 7 or 8 hours.
That's for the game, dude. I'm not gonna make a fucking 10-hour one shot.
Yeah, we can just we go into some cave and do a couple of things or some bullshit.
It'd be like at max 3-hour one shot.
Yeah, I just it's if I'm sitting and I'm playing a game that I know is going to last for that long, my mind races because I think like, oh man, I should be like writing something, I should be editing something, I should be like doing like even when, because I still feel that honestly, still to this day, I feel that with even though playing video games is my job now. Like I have to play video games for Sacred Symbols. Like even when I stream, it's like something that I have to do. But like I still remember like when I was a kid and my parents would kind of like, they didn't shame me necessarily for playing video games, but they would also if I was playing for a really long time, they would come in, they would be a little bit like, you know, it's like, oh, you're still up, You know, like or I would go downstairs and they'd be like, "Welcome to the land of the living." You know, that was the thing that I would always get. So like I have it in my head that like I feel guilty for playing video games, even though it's literally my job to do it. So for stuff that's not video games, that I absolutely can't even make that line to. It's extra strong.
My argument is this, right? There's so much time out of every day people waste. People waste time all the time. It's just wasted time.
Right.
Like I'm pretty good with my time, and I still waste time. So it's like to put aside like a few hours just once a week, you know, because my roommates, we play every other week. So every other week we play for like 4 hours.
Right.
And we just like, all right, cool. DD's coming up. I'm gonna make sure I get all this stuff ahead. So when Sunday hits, we play D&D. We eat. It's pretty much like it's just hanging out with your friends. That's all it is. We're gonna eat. We're gonna get something to eat. We're gonna chill with our homies, and we play. And it's fine. I'm usually ahead of time on most of the things I have to do. But to someone that does not have that idea of like, oh, this is a waste of time, it's very hard because D&D, the biggest thing that makes a game hard to do is letting yourself relax and play. That's it. That's the hardest part of it. Just sit down, play, have fun. That's it. That's all you got to do. Nothing else has to happen. You can fuck up the rules all you want. People will explain the rules to you. You could roll badly as long as you're just having a good time. That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. I would do it for you guys wanted to, but you guys have to actually want to play. No problem at all.
Well, I would do it for an episode.
Yeah, I'd be done.
Because I wouldn't feel unproductive. That would make a lot of sense. But
yeah, we can do that for an episode. We'll figure that's out. Maybe some early 2023 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you donate $3,000 to Patreon, we'll do a one shot. We'll do a 20-minute one shot.
We'll do your fucking.
And then we'll record it, and then we'll lose the footage.
Yeah. 20-minute one shot. We'll even stream it on freaking Discord. We'll stream it there, and then we'll fucking do 20 minutes. We'll introduce the characters of a guy. That's it. And we'll turn off the camera and like thanks for the money.
All right. Let's see. I am Christopher Raymond Gunther. With me are Thomas IHG Sweenard and Darren some white guy Whiteman. Welcome to the White Tank. Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
The white
tank.
Just the whitest fucking people.
Real conservative shit gets brought up, bro.
Can you imagine incredibly white people with a podcast? Crazy. Lads. Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Lads, boys, my little chub busters. Have you seen Mike Tyson's Mysteries? Mike voices himself, and he is insane in it. Like, for real, an agent of chaos. Funniest shit I've ever seen.
That is one of the funniest shows to ever exist for real.
I didn't know about this until, like, the last, maybe 3 years. And I learned about it because Norm Macdonald's on it as a fucking pigeon.
As a pigeon.
Mm-hmm. And it is so damn funny. Like, that is... See, I want to say... I'm going to say this, and you could tell me if I'm wrong, but it almost feels like if Drawn Together was coherent. Not in the premise, you know? Because it's obviously not the same premise, but just the style of insane shit that happens in that show.
That's fair.
It feels very adjacent.
It's like Scooby-Doo if it was just insane.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like Scooby-Doo, like
that's
Mystery
what it is.
Machine.
It's like a parody of Scooby-Doo.
And it's so fucking funny because Mike's character is so fucking funny, bro. The shit he gets into is wild. And Norm Macdonald's parrot, his comments, bro. Every comment he makes is unbelievable.
Yeah. And I think there's like
it's 3 seasons,
ghost dude that's like he's basically like the father of boxing. He's one of the characters.
There's this cast is insane because it's Mike Tyson as himself, Norm Macdonald as a pigeon, and I think it's Jim Rash, who was the dean on Community, as like this effeminate ghost.
Right.
And I think
he's like somebody else. There is somebody, dude. It's been, I haven't watched it since the show ended. But I wasn't in shape the year it came out. But I never wasn't really into cosplaying, going to cons. I just never was. I was like, that's not my thing. But that I was good. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get fucking shredded, and then I'm just gonna fucking cosplay as Mike Tyson. That because I was actually looking for that jumpsuit, and then I was like, all I need is just boxing shoes, and then just put on a stupid tattoo, and then there it is. Like people would know. Oh yeah, it's him from Mike Tyson Mysteries, like that blue jumpsuit with the stripes on it.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, so it's the young Asian girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Right.
So insane.
That show's a fever dream. I remember
That
when I
show's awesome.
didn't watch it, I heard about it, and I was like, "That's not a real show."
It sounds fake. It sounds like if somebody would describe that show to you, you would think it was fake.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson, a pigeon, a ghost, and a little Asian girl go around solving mysteries does not sound real.
it's like, oh yeah, you're just lying for no reason.
Yeah.
You're just lying to me. That's cool though.
But it is really good. I recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it. It's fucking just insane. And it's really short as well because it's only like 3 seasons. And
Yeah,
obviously
I would
Norm Macdonald's
look
dead,
up
so
this
that's
clip if you can look up this clip of him. It's called Fight or Flight. It's my favorite fucking moment from there. It's he's just doing a fight or flight, and he's just basically, the whole idea of fight or flight. That whole thing. And he just, I don't want to spoil it. It's just
It makes
watch
the
the
fight
clip.
go off.
It's so fucking. It's so.
I
funny.
love that scene.
It's so funny.
Anyway.
Yeah. So you guys will enjoy that. That's good shit.
Yeah. Okay, Obi-Wan Chablomi wrote in. He says, "Hey guys, would you rather have a health bar or a stamina wheel? The health bar keeps you at your healthiest relative to your age and can be refilled through food. The stamina wheel could let you run at a full sprint for a good 30 seconds without tiring and only needs a few seconds to refill."
Oh, stamina bar.
That's what I was thinking too.
Stamina bar.
Because I feel like a health bar would be really anxiety-inducing. Like I wouldn't want to be that aware of how close I am to. Because even if
people would see it too, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're real weak right now," and they just come up to you and just
Trying
take
to
you
finish
out.
you off.
it
you the
exists
fuck out.
for other people as well. I just don't like the idea of like even if I'm always hovering at around like 95%, like I just because it bothers me when my phone goes down. Like my phone being at 100% is like I feel good, and then the second it goes to 99, I'm like, damn.
You gotta. That's problems right there for you. But
Yeah.
but
It,
you have
but
a stamina bar.
It incrementally bothers me more and more and more the more it goes to where it's like 30. I'm like, oh god damn it.
That's
it's
bad anxiety, bro. You gotta.
It's not. It's why I don't look at it really that much. And it's like to have that for your health, even if it's always really high, because at some point you're gonna experience something and it's gonna be low. There's gonna be something that gets you.
You're gonna get sick. You're gonna be at like 38%. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so diable right now.
I almost got hit by a car the other day, and I was thinking like, god damn, if I had a health bar, I'd either that wouldn't have been a good one. So the stamina wheel is obvious, especially because you could just kind of like spam, as long as you just like, that trick where you use most of your stamina and then you just kind of stop just before it hits the end and then you wait for it to refill.
Yeah, of course.
You could cheat a lot of situations by just doing that. So yeah, obviously the stamina bar wins.
Yeah, I'm just stamina bar.
I don't need that fucking constant anxiety. Good lord.
What about you, Jared? What are you feeling?
No, I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Right,
insane.
next question.
Oh man, fuck! I did the wrong thing. Okay. She BJ on my Blaskowitz until I cripple the Fourth Reich. Wrote in. He says, "Hey, baby buoys, or bad baby boys.
What?
How far is too far when it comes to game moderation? With Overwatch 2 threatening to make you register a phone number, strictly a contract phone, by the way, no poor prepaid bitches allowed, and kernel level anti-cheat, it seems like games are starting to get way too hands-on with this stuff. On the other hand, we see that sexual assault custom game mode someone made in Overwatch. Did you see that, by the way?
No.
No, what was it?
So hold on. I don't know specifically what it was, but there was a hold on, sexual assault Overwatch custom game. Yeah, so national. No. Come on. Sexual assault custom game reveals glaring Overwatch moderation problem. Original story. Oh god damn it! I wish I could remember the. Yeah. Sexual assault simulator was a custom game type on Overwatch. I'm trying to find the rules. Okay. The description for the game modes reads this. This version 1.2 of the new and unique sexual harassment simulator. Find new friends, live a normal life, and give birth to a child. When you enter it, it forces one player to play as Cassidy against a team of strictly female Overwatch heroes. The top left of the screen instructs you to flash to knock down your victims, which refers to Cassidy's old Overwatch 1 flashbang ability, and says teabag to fuck which is written with spaces, seemingly to get around the word filter. As you crouch, text appears on the top screen that says raping. Enemy heroes are then marked as pregnant, and then eventually a Torbjorn bot is spawned in to simulate a child. This is real. So, you know.
Yeah, guys, I'm done. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm over this right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's your
You're not
limit.
into it? That's not your kind of custom game?
I think
You gotta wake up, my guy.
That's perfectly aligns with Overwatch. People that play Overwatch.
That sounds
I'm
like
not
Overwatch
surprised
people.
at all.
Yeah. You're telling me the game that like is mostly popular because of the porn that spawned out of it are not particularly well balanced?
Bro, so much porn, man. So much porn, bro. They fucking data mined the game, got the actual models of the characters, and made porn. That's so fucking wild to me, dude.
To be fair, I remember a game mode in Halo 3 called Smear the Queer, where
but that's fine. I'm kidding.
There would be one player who spawned pink and he was slow, but he could jump really high, and then everybody else spawned in like their normal colors, and they would get into like these vehicles and try to splatter him. And that was like the whole fucking thing. So these kinds of game modes have been around for a while, just people being edgy with fucking custom games. But
right.
As far as like making you register a phone number that specifically isn't prepaid is a little weird. I don't know if
I didn't have to. People were talking about that. I played the game. I didn't have to do that.
Well, do you have a BattleNet?
I don't think it's connected.
What? Yes, it is. Where'd you play it?
I don't think I have it on PC, on console.
If you signed in to your BattleNet, it's probably just already there. Like it was specifically for new accounts. Because I remember I tried to do it.
I had an account.
And I deleted my BattleNet when Destiny left because I was like, I don't need this.
So you had to put a phone number for BattleNet. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't know. All I know is that like I remember seeing this around a lot, but I don't know. I think it's a bit much. I feel like
hands-on. It's a bit too hands-on.
It's a bit much. I don't know.
But I don't know. I guess they're trying to make the game better for the people that are playing the game.
They're trying to make it so you can't just like spam shit and then get away scot-free because you're anonymous. But at the same time, like that's. I have seen some of the funniest shit I've seen in a while. Like I've seen clips on Twitter of like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and oh my god,
like, yeah, it's funny.
It is just funny.
Like it's funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. Like to me, it's hilarious. Like hearing someone get so mad they scream the N-word on Modern Warfare is funny to me. That is just funny. That's my kind of comedy. But like some people just don't want to hear that, you know.
Yeah, but you could just mute them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you can always mute people. That's always a thing as well. But I don't know. Like that whole mentality is what killed people being on mics, though. In all fairness,
no, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Yes, yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah,
no,
it is.
Sweeney, you're out of your fucking mind.
People
did not stop going on mics because lobbies were too toxic.
Yeah, definitely for League of Legends, 100%. Yes, a lot. Actually, I believe that definitely. It might not have been the only reason. I'm gonna say that, not the only reason. Definitely played a part in it. 100%. 100%.
I don't think so at all.
100%.
I think
definitely played a part in it.
No.
100%. What do you think? Why do you think it didn't happen? Why do you think it happened?
I think it stopped happening because Party Chat and Discord and TeamSpeak became like, and even just Skype lobbies and shit like that became a lot more convenient to be able to. It's a lot nicer to be able to talk to your friends independently of what game you're playing than it is to have to be forced into a lobby with a bunch of people that you don't know, even if that experience is kind of fun for you. Because ultimately, what's more comfortable is just being in a comfortable environment.
Yeah, but like not everybody. People play games with their friends very often. True.
Yeah, but they usually are in a Discord or they're in a party chat or they're in something like that. That is what killed custom game lobbies and voice chat.
I think that has a part of it to do. I think that's a part to do with it, but I still think definitely the vapid toxic nature of it definitely played a part in it. Because I know people that don't use in-game lobbies anymore because of how toxic they were. Literally,
I know. I'll say this. I definitely think it's like probably like a big reason for maybe women. You know, I think maybe women definitely avoid game chat specifically for that reason. But the overwhelming majority of people, like guys, were
Nah,
playing.
I
I
would- I
don't
would-
think that's true.
I
I think
definitely
if
disagree. I think that's 100% for women. I would say that's probably true.
I would say 100% true. Yeah.
For
Because
women.
it's like it's so fucking outrageous for
Bro,
no reason.
It's bad. it's bad. But definitely, I know a bunch of people that were just like, yeah, I hate turning on my mic and getting called the N word for like 3 hours for just whipping somebody's ass in a game. Like, that's not fun, you know? So, like, I 100% think definitely that's part of it.
I don't think so. I think there's still
I
like I'm
disagree.
sure there are a handful of people, and I'm sure there are probably people who feel that way, but you can just see the trajectory. You can see party chat is available immediately. It dies.
Oh, party
it's
chat's
not
available.
even.
I get it. I get why party chat plays a part. It plays a part. Yes, you are right.
It plays the overwhelming majority of the part. I think.
I think it plays a part. I think some people are just like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'm listening to people scream and I'm listening to people have their mic too high and then like somebody walks in the room and they're getting screamed at by their aunt because that's happened so many times on chat, which I think is hilarious. I think that's so funny. But like I feel like a lot of people just like, I'm just gonna play this game and then that's it. Then I'm gonna turn it off.
I remember I heard this kid he had I'll never fucking forget this. It was Call of Duty 4. I remember the map too. I don't remember the name of it, but I could, if somebody like did a full hide through of all the maps, I could identify it real easy. It was team deathmatch on this very specific map in Call of Duty 4, and I was playing, and I was like, I had my headset on, and I was like listening to people like fighting in the lobby, and some kid with like a really thick Southern accent's playing. He's like, I'm on the point, and you hear in the background his mom go, "You've been on this damn computer for 25 hours a day." And I could not stop laughing. I couldn't, like, oh my God, these are real people. 25 hours
It's
a
so
day.
fucking funny, dude.
It killed me. I love that shit. Like, I know it's like, it's grating after a while for sure. But I still, if you had no option, like if Discord and fucking all these things didn't exist, party chat would be fucking thriving still, because it's just funny. It just is. Well, the people don't really have headsets as much anymore. Like, I remember the Xbox used to come with headsets, like that was another thing too, where it's like it's just
modern consoles. I don't know if not the PlayStation 5.
The PS5 does not,
doesn't.
but
the
Series
4
X
did. But they came
4
with a
did.
little
that
little
little fucking
teens.
piece of shit dinky one.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the PS5's controller is a mic as well, which is such a bad idea. I hate that design decision so deeply. I still, because it's exacerbated that problem. Even how Jalen is terrible on mic.
Yeah.
Because he just like has his TV blaring so loud. It's at like 100 volume and it's coming in through his mic, and he's just like screaming loudly every time. It's like, it's that problem, but with everybody, because they forget that their controller is a microphone. So it's just people not realizing that they're being recorded. So you're just hearing a bunch of people having disparate
It's
conversations.
annoying that it comes on automatically. It is very fucking stupid. I agree with that.
It's very shit. And it's why I don't play any multiplayer games on PlayStation. Like, it's so shit. Well, also because it's annoying to stream. But, all right, let's see. We'll go with this last one by Papa Jesus. Hey, my favorite bullies and degenerates. I recently saw an old Friends with Benefits post to her OnlyFans. Sorry, I've been so absent lately. My grandpa's on his deathbed. In the meantime, here's some titties, which made me put my phone down and sit in silence for about a minute straight. So my question is, have you ever seen some shit on the internet that was so wildly out of pocket that I just had to walk away for a bit? I will say,
all the time.
This is a very low bar for out of pocket. Also, why are you? I don't mean to pry. Why are you privy to your friend with benefits OnlyFans? Like, are you paying for that?
Well, I imagine she's a businesswoman and has her links.
Exactly, bro. Sometimes people just be putting that shit out there.
You have your link tree up, and then you have access to the thing there. Because otherwise, how the hell are you gonna get people to
click, bro,
to follow you?
Damn, I'm trying to instigate some fights here, man.
And
Yeah.
then we out here,
It's
we out
just
here,
like, you out here being
we out here
reasonable.
degenerates knowing how it works.
All right.
Like, yeah, sometimes you see shit, you know. Sometimes you just see prolapse, you know.
I would say the real question, the real question is, was your like the friends with benefits lady? Was she like? Was this always a thing? Was OnlyFans and all that? Was that or was it like?
Did it predate you?
Yeah, or did you like miss out on all this and you're like, damn, you know, like when she became all adventurous and savvy and on that side. Now you're missing this. And now you're on the outside. You're like, man, the grass is greener and stuff. Just staring at and then now you're upset about the grandpa titties or whatever she sent.
All I gotta say is this, right?
She like
friends with
said,
benefits is a horrible idea. Everyone's like it's a good idea. It works. Never met a situation where it works. It doesn't work. Everyone says it works. Doesn't work.
Well. Define work. I mean, what is it to me?
It always
like
ends up. It always ends up fuzzier than it needs to be. It always ends up in a fuzzier state than it needs to be. You know.
That's true.
Every time I've never seen it work for myself. It didn't work, and I was like, all right, me and person got to cut it off. And then for this other person, everybody I know, it just doesn't work. I understand why it should work. I understand why mechanically it makes sense.
Well, it depends on
works out.
How much time are y'all spending time together? Like how much time did that even make sense? But I mean, how much like are you guys spending so much time
the
together?
nature of that is strange. Fucking somebody is getting up and leaving. I know it's how it's supposed to be. I know that's like how it should work.
To me, it's not strange if you're spending a lot of time with them. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like.
But then that turns into something different, you know?
Because people can get attached to imagine. You know, some dude's paying for an escort like every other week or whatever. He's just balling. And then all of a sudden, because of all that time they're spending together, when it's purely transactional, all of a sudden he's catching feelings because they're spending so much time together. I just saw Justin Wayne post something specifically like that because he just takes a bunch of shit and posts it. And there was some guy that was paying a girl like $600 a month or whatever to be his girlfriend. And then she started catching feelings. It was like a Reddit post or 4chan. I think it was 4chan. She started catching feelings and started giving his money back. She's like, I feel bad. Like, I want to give her money back, and I want to spend more time with you. Where it's like, started off money-driven, and then all of a sudden, she's catching feelings. That can't be real.
Like, I understand some people are down bad.
To me. That sounds plausible.
No. I feel like some people are so down bad. I understand the idea of, like, I guess, paying for a girlfriend. Like, I guess... That could sound realistic, like that can happen. You can mathematically pay for a girlfriend. That is a real tangible thing that happens. But it's just like, what?
I mean, it's a very popular service.
Paying for girlfriend, not just like sexual acts, like date someone.
Yeah, you ever heard of like sugar daddies, sugar babies?
I understand that, but like it's
virtually the same thing.
It is. You're right. It just sounds so.
What? I mean, look, I agree with you that it's wild. It's in nature. It's kind of absurd. But then it's like it's one of those things where it's like it's purely you're supposed to cut feelings out of it, really. When in a real relationship, it's also transactional as well, but you know,
in a very different way.
You don't think of it in that way.
It's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be a different way.
You don't think of it in that way, but it is. No relationship really exists without people giving each other money for certain things. You know.
Yeah.
You're right. That is very true. But you don't say it like that. You know. But yes, right.
It's different. It's totally different. You're not just being like, "Here's money, give me pussy." It's not. But it will be something like, all right, let's get some food, let's go hang out, let's have a good time, and then now hopefully let's go to bed and then we bang, you know. But there was a bunch of money that was spent before, right? Like there was money spent.
I don't know. In my experience, that shit just like I don't know.
Trust me,
it never works. It just doesn't work.
I'll grant you that.
Because there are people who think they can handle that, right? There are people who think like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then you can tell there's like a shift in energy at some point. It's like I knew this. I knew you couldn't. I knew you couldn't do it. I'm a very detached person because I work so much, right? So like for me, it's like I can very easily not. I can. It's almost like ad block for feelings.
I
It's
can't do
very
that shit.
easy. I can do it so fucking easy. It's astounding.
Maybe
But
once upon a
most
time,
people-
but not anymore.
Most people can't do that, and you know what? I understand, but a lot of people think they can, and they're like, it'd be like, are you sure you can? Are you sure? And it's like, yeah, and it's like,
Well, it's because
Nope.
they just want to try it. It's usually, and you know what it really is, though?
It's people getting forced into shit like that,
it's
dude.
people-
like,
it's
liking people
not-
but not being ready. Not forced into it, but like they like the person, right? And
Well,
it's like, this is the
exactly.
way I get
They're
as
gonna
close to
do
them as
whatever
possible.
to be exactly
Yeah.
that. Exactly that. They're fucking lying to your face like they're cool with it, but they never were. Like
Yeah.
That's why I
like,
did
that's-
it. That's why I did it. I was like, I like this girl a lot. She wants to suck my dick sometimes. What? I could fuck her sometimes? That sounds amazing. Why would I not do this? And I'm like, oh, I'm really sad because I saw her go on a date with another dude. Now I want to cry. Whoa, dude. Then she's like, oh,
He's
no,
like,
it's
"Stop
no
being
big
a
deal. We're
bitch."
not really dating. Like, we can still do what we're doing. It's like, I like you a lot. And it's like, that's not it's
you
not the
dusty.
case. And I'm like, oh man, you gave me some pretty good dick though. And I'm like, thanks, I guess. And now I'm sad and I'm not getting pussy. You know?
The
it's
worst
just,
thing ever.
Yeah, it's
The worst thing
generally.
ever, not getting pussy.
In my experience, it's just like it's not worth the
I
fucking
no,
trouble.
I totally agree with that. It not being worth it because it takes two special people.
yeah,
And the problem is both people usually aren't on the same page.
no,
even
it
if
never.
yeah, so.
Yeah. You got to be two very specific people. If you can figure that out, God bless you. But like, it's very unlikely.
Right.
In based on the things that I've been through and based on the things that I've seen in
Right.
other people. So it's like, nah, don't
Yeah.
even fuck with it. But I guess that's probably it. So let's move on to the end here. If you like what you heard today, consider supporting us over on patreon.com/the Snark Tank. We got a bunch of tiers over there. You know, it's as little as $1.
Our revamp is coming this month, without a doubt. It'll happen this month. It will. I will personally change it. It will happen this month.
Will your hard drive break when you're trying to?
All I gotta do is show up, but you don't do sometimes either. But don't worry. So, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hook it up probably next week. So be prepared for something special. And yeah.
Well, let's calm down. Let's not say something special. It's gonna be a Patreon revamp. There's gonna be some new tiers and stuff. Let's like.
Well, yeah.
Let's not oversell it. All right.
Tons of nudity.
Let's try and make sure we can get it
Tons
out.
of fucking new shit, dude. OnlyFans links,
OnlyFans
bro.
content. I have my OnlyFans up right now. So go check that out.
Go check that out. It's a lot of cock, though.
It's,
Like,
penis
even
gun?
if you're in the dick, it's probably gonna be a little bit much for you.
Yeah, it's real close-ups. It's actually 4K up, like point blank photos of it,
Point blank.
and it's like a little
4K.
jigsaw puzzle. You have to put it together.
That's insane. Is this a bunch of like, it's like the Instagram thing where it's a bunch of like the grid view, but they're not
hell
put in the
yeah,
right
dude.
places, and you gotta
Yeah,
organize
yeah.
them.
You gotta-
And it's like, what the fuck is this, dude?
It's well,
I like a
that a lot.
challenge.
I like making a game out of things. So I'm pretty sure. I don't know. For now, I'm pretty sure in the future we've all agreed on this. $1 a month still gets you early access to every episode and bonus stuff. But in the meantime, we have $25 patrons who are our biggest supporters, who we appreciate very much, especially
For real.
especially when we have technical difficulties like we
We have had lately.
like we sometimes do. We've had them a lot more lately. I don't know what's Sweden's hard drive was just acting weird. I don't know what it is, but we're
It's
this is the
bullshit
first
on my
time. But
end.
today we're working with a new software that should remedy that entirely. So if you're
100.
watching this, then it worked.
What if this doesn't work either, and it's just some shit going on?
Then I quit.
Fuck it.
We're done. It's over.
I was
It was
like,
a
what's
good
going
run.
on? What's happening?
We legit start OnlyFans because fuck it.
Yeah. All right.
Only
let's
dance.
Only
let's
dicks.
count me down.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Your most alcoholic fan by far, the devious manifestation of White Tom Sweeney. Come, man, the man of come. I am Christopher Raymond Gunther. With me are Thomas IHG Swinard and Darren, some white guy Whiteman. Welcome to the White Tank. Indy Butterknife. Derek, please wake up. Andrew Tate's Tasty
No.
Taint. They call me Penis the Super Soaker, the way I fill it with vinegar and use it on the local wildlife. Jesus Christ. 3XO learning his father is a flat earther and his dad not wanting to listen to an explanation of the earth being round. The milkman that looks like Chris returns. I've returned for my son. Sweeney, quickly. There's a Twitter account called Sweeney's Guide. Go there and scan the code to see a video. It's not a scam. Rectal lacerator. Emoticons going like this. Stormboy's life and what he like. I have no urethra and I'm swelling with cum. I can feel my fingers. I can't feel my fingers. Forever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy. Scott came. Ugly face, so killed him tasty.
What?
What's
happening?
I didn't even read that wrong. Call her Little Caesars the way her pussy hot and ready. Drip,
Nice.
just
Let's
drip
go.
MH. Because Strangers Pyramid Scheme collapsed. Nancy Pelosi killing a Palestinian with her massive tits. Obi-Wan should blow me. Never mind, Sweeney. I realize you have swamp ass. I'm coming for Chris's butt instead. XXXO. Big Papa Shack. Kremlin de Gremlin. Binkus Stinkus. The men uppercutting 9/11 jumpers before they hit the ground. Mitch McConnell's tortoiseshell. All wall. Hi, I'm Mega Man X8 guy. No joke. 2099 is my favorite Spider-Man. I'm serious here. Abby. Welcome to Andrew Tate's Kidnapped Women and Little Dick Emporium. Fragile Masculinity sold separately. Wage Slave 583. I feel gay. Fuck you. The Papini Brothers Emporium of bullet-filled uncles and pizza gliders. Skrinkus. Hey guys, I just got a new dog. Can everyone say hello to Zuma for me? No. Your dog is no longer new. Initial D. Initial D is a good anime. Prove me wrong. I have PPSD. Fun fact, let's all welcome Nakey Jakey back to YouTube. That's true, he did post.
Yeah, he did post. It was a dope video, too.
It was a good video.
Yeah.
Also, we are changing podcast releases to once every 3 weeks. Tell him Steve Dave. Andrew Tate is missing because God sex trafficked him back. John Strickland. I don't get why nobody knows Obama's last name when it's clearly Bomber. He has been Barack Hussein, a bomber, this whole time. How? Merck's 1889,
True.
alternate universe Sweeney, where he's the same way in every way, except he's also a big Reagan supporter. I tried yanking it while driving. Really weird getting older napkins from a drive-through. The first
Very
church
cool.
of Keith David. Wrong, Chris. Reagan would have made for a better Mario. I don't know what's happening. Did you guys know? Did you guys know the guy who directed the recent Spider-Man movies also directed the Cloyne movie? I did know that.
Wait, what? He did?
I've said this to you.
Wait, really? He wrote what?
Yeah, John Watts. He directed the clown movie.
Wow, man, he's such a great director.
I ran over Jimmy Hoffa with my 2003 Silverado. Pre-Raz, Los Homos Hermanos, Blake 896. Fucking kill me. Ryan Lucchesi, Sloshy Scout. Dang, my dog be low-key dead-ass kinda simp. Respect his drive, though, on God. No cap, for real, sheesh.
Let's go.
Depraved McBooty Warrior, Baba Booty, doing the worm while eating her pussy.
Nice.
Alaskan oil field trash, Sue Hulk, Bone Controller 25, Danny DeVito is a stealth trans man. The Gout Law, Marcus Phoenix is a white guy, but Cole has totally given him an Edward pass. Lobotomized Jesus and his merry band of figure nuggets, Loathsome Cum Eater, first Elden load. The only stick I touch while driving is my penis, parentheses, I masturbate while driving. Chris's cum-filled cum gutters. Jackson Absage, Badly Brave, Hugger Derek, the movie theater manager, Aetherian, Chris Gate, Muppeturian Hunting Ass, Melphis 1, Hexblade Warlock Supremacist, and as always, rounding out our list of top $25 patrons and supporters, the absolute king.
The chosen one.
The chosen one.
Of haphazard.
Happy Hazardy.
Thank you guys for all of your support. Again, apologies for the fucky schedule lately. All technical difficulties. We are working. So obviously, if you're seeing this, we've remedied it. If not, then we will all become porn stars.
Right. In which I will sabotage this episode.
Yes.
My name will be Schlongy Depth.
Slong.
Schlongy death.
Schlongy
All right, we're done.
depth.
End it. Fucking cut the feed.